Admit it, no matter how jaded or cynical you've become towards love, you still can't help but shed a tear whenever you attend a wedding ceremony, especially during the exchange of vows. But some wedding ceremonies across the globe also give us a peek of their colorful culture and beliefs. Dress up nicely because you're invited to the 10 amazing wedding traditions from around the world. What's up, Fanatics? This is Discovery Amuse, serving up your daily dose of the most outrageous, outlandish, and out-of-this-world fun facts. Keep watching till number 1 because you may find it hard to say I do to that wedding custom.
Oh, now what does he want?
Number 10. Mehndi ceremony, India. Most brides aim for that glowing, barely there makeup look for their big day. But in India, brides intentionally ink their skin with intricate black patterns. This beautiful tradition is called the Mehndi, or Henna ceremony, which involves the bride-to-be and her BFFs getting henna tattoos before the wedding.
The henna is the ceremony for the bride and her closest female friends and family members to gather the day before the wedding and apply the henna paste.
In Hindu and Sikh culture, henna is associated with good spirits and fortune, and marking the bride is one way of wishing her good health and prosperity. The henna plant is also believed to have medicinal benefits. Applying the ink to the hands and feet of the woman helps calm her body's nerve endings, relieving her of stress. The ceremony can take up to 10 hours, but it is considered an intimate moment where the bride gets to connect with her loved ones. Traditionally, Indian Vedic designs were used, but modern-day brides now take inspiration from Indo-Arabic patterns. The designs can include animals, natural elements, Hindu gods, or the bride and groom's initials. They believe that the darker the henna, the deeper the love of the husband will be. Stay tuned till number 1 to know about the wedding tradition where women are married off to a tree. Yep, you heard it right. Number 9. Bride kidnapping, Romania. Here comes the bride. Whoop, there goes the bride.
As always, it has been my pleasure.
In Romania, some brides are being abducted during their wedding day, but don't fret because it's all part of their playful tradition. The newly wedded missus is whisked away by her friends to a secret location, and they demand a ransom from the mister, which could range anywhere from money and bottles of alcohol to a public declaration of love by singing in front of everyone and basically embarrassing himself. After the payoff is negotiated, the groom sets out to find his wife and rescue her.
The car was waiting for me in the front of the restaurant. I was given the signal to leave by my friends, and we came here to have some fun.
In the city of Bucharest, the Arc of Triumph has become one of the popular rendezvous spots for the hostage brides after a famous football player pulled off a wedding proposal there. According to some practices, if the bride is kidnapped before midnight, the godfather pays the mock ransom. But if the bride is taken away after midnight, the responsibility is passed on to the groom.
Why is Millie tied to my dining chair?
Number 8. Weeping bride, China. Tears of joy at weddings are not an unusual sight, but the Tujia ethnic group in Chengjiaji, China, have a bizarre practice where the bride forces herself to weep for a full month before the ceremony. And if she doesn't, her neighbors will look down on her as a poorly cultivated woman. Harsh! The custom demands for the bride to cry for 1 hour per day. 10 days in, the bride's mother will start sobbing with her, and 10 more days later, the grandmother joins the weeping party. Towards the end of the month, other female family members like the sisters and aunts are expected to shed tears with the bride-to-be. Ironically, All this crying is supposed to symbolize extreme happiness for the matrimonial union. And don't forget to bring tissues if you're going to attend a Tujia wedding, because during the actual ceremony, the bride is expected to perform a crying marriage song. She will be judged based on how well she sang it. Wow, all that pressure could make any grown woman or man cry. Number 7. Serenading the bride, Italy. In Italy, before the wedding bells toll, the groom surprises his fiancée the night before the big day by making a grand gesture of amore.
And the moon and the stars. Trying to stop watching, but I can't.
La Serenata is an Italian tradition where the groom serenades his wife to be accompanied by musicians and instrumentalists, the whole shebang. Typically, the bride's family is in on the surprise, planning the romantic performance with the groom and keeping the bride in the dark. After all the singing, both of the couple's family and friends share a meal and celebrate together. The tradition of La Serenata has slowly faded away over time. However, some old school and theatrical couples still do this before their wedding day.
It's yours 'cause I love you. There's love above love and it's ours if you love me.
Number 6. The Lackening tradition, Scotland. Believe it or not, that man inside the cage is not being tortured. Rather, he's about to get hitched. The Scottish tradition of blackening is exactly how it sounds. The engaged couple is taken by their friends and family before the wedding, and they are blackened or dirtied up by anything their loved ones can get a hold of. Ash, rotten eggs, molasses, fish guts, you name it. It might look like some form of embarrassing torture, but in Scotland, it's like one big hurrah before tying the knot. The gag-inducing act is also a cleansing ritual to prepare the couple for their married life and to ward off evil spirits and bad luck. It started in the 1980s as a feet-washing tradition. The bride's feet were covered with chimney soot before they were washed. Eventually, the practice evolved, with people faking an escape and their friends capturing them and making sure they were covered in gunk. Since then, it has become a fun, albeit disgusting way of bringing the community together. Number 5. Black wedding gown, Spain. If the Scottish blacken the couple before they get married, in Spain, the traditional wedding culture has brides marching down the aisle in actual black wedding gowns. Yes, exactly a la Christine Quinn's wedding on Selling Sunset Season 3, which I may or may not have watched myself. The lace gown is usually accompanied by a veil called a mantilla. According to old Spanish Catholic belief, black symbolizes the bride's commitment and devotion to her groom. The black color also embodies her vow of "till death do us part." Today, Spanish brides can wear white, but some still say yes to the black dress as a way of honoring tradition and breaking wedding stereotypes.
No, that's not the dress. No, yes.
She's turning red.
I will have a heart attack.
Number 4. Money dance. Now this is a wedding custom I can get behind. Oh yeah, make it rain! The money dance is a symbolic way of wishing the couple prosperity in their union, and also a practical way of financially helping the newlyweds as they start their new life together. This tradition is practiced anywhere from Portugal and Nigeria to the Philippines and Cuba. It has also become part of some weddings in the USA, as immigrants brought this custom with them. In Poland, cash is collected by the bride's father using a special apron. In Nigeria, they call it money spraying, and guests place the bills on the couple's forehead. In the Philippines, guests pin the bills on the clothes of the bride and the groom, and some even get creative, creating money crowns, garlands, and sashes. Honey, we're getting married again. Number 3. Breaking porcelain, Germany. Before tying the knot, engaged couples in Germany find themselves in a strange situation, in a venue that looks like it's just been devastated by a hurricane. Imagine flying china and broken pottery pieces scattered all over the floor, and the couple's task is to clean up all the mess. This bizarre ritual is known as Porcelain, and it is based on the German saying which means shards bring good luck. In the old days, it was scheduled on the night before the wedding, but today it's usually held a week before or any other date before the ceremony, which makes sense because who wants to be cleaning up such a mess the day before their wedding, right?
No, let's not do this.
Guests bring old stuff that they want to discard, like plates, pots, ceramic tiles, etc. But those who are feeling a little extra bring actual sinks or toilets. But not all shards bring good luck, so guests have to be careful with what and when they throw. For example, broken glass and mirrors are believed to bring 7 years of bad luck. The people throw their items either before or upon the arrival of the couple. The bride and the groom must then sweep and clean the shards as a symbolic gesture of facing their future challenges together. Number 2. Sedan chair. China. Forget bridal cars. In China, brides arrive in style by being carried on one of these luxurious sedan chairs.
Oh my God.
These elaborate handcrafted thrones are intricately made to look like a miniature palace. There are 2 types of sedans, the hardcover, which is a wooden structure that features a pagoda-like top, designed with phoenixes, dragons, and other figures from Chinese mythology, and the other one's a soft cover, which is surrounded by colored and embroidered silk. In some ceremonies, after the bride is carried to her groom, he kicks the chair to, well, kick off a successful wedding. This ritual traces its roots back to the Shia dynasty in 2100 to 1600 BC, and sitting in a sedan has become a great source of pride for Chinese brides. Before we go to our number 1 pick, do us a solid and make sure to smash the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Don't forget to choose all so you won't miss out on any of our latest life-changing, boredom-busting content, and of course, be sure to turn on notifications in your app settings. Number 1. Marrying a tree. India. In Indian culture, the astrological compatibility of a couple could factor into the wedding ceremony. If a bride is a Manglik, or born under the influence of Mars, she is considered cursed and a bearer of bad luck. They believe a marriage of a Manglik to a non-Manglik could cause an early death for the husband. Hindu customs have a way of breaking this curse, and that is for the Manglik woman to marry a tree first. After the ceremony, the tree is destroyed and the curse is supposedly broken. In other regions, the woman is married off to an image of the Hindu god Vishnu. However, recent Indian laws have considered this practice a violation of women's rights, and human rights activists continue to fight against it. So, which of these wedding traditions have you seen in person? Share your experience in the comment section below. Take home any of our exclusive gear by browsing our merch shelf or clicking the link in the video description. And while you're at it, take our quiz to find out how you can earn extra cash online doing what you do best. Awesome, right? If you're looking for some honeymoon ideas, look no further because we have rounded up 10 of the world's most amazing hotels. Till then, stay crazy in love, Facnatics, and see you in the next video.